All right, Cathy, thanks a lot. Appreciate you taking the time to do this and explaining your pain just for the benefit of other people that might be in the same situation as you, and might be looking for a solution to their painful condition. So we'll go quickly. I'll recap kind of the the issue that you're dealing with, and then jump in if you want to add anything in. But so the pain started. We're in May, late May 2022 now, and the pain started March 16th, right? 2022.
That's correct. I was removing my shoe with my toes on the heel of my other shoe, and I hyperextended my my right leg or my right knee, and the pain shot through my knee, underneath my kneecap, and to the left of my knee. I spoke to my family doctor about this, and he recommended Brent Cunning to do physiotherapy with me, and that's how I got started with him.
Got it. Yeah, and then you. All right, so then the pain was kind of in that knee area, and then you had kind of an interesting kind of presentation after that, where you got some numbness in the sort of in the saddle region. And anyway, long story short, like that happened a bit after the knee pain, right?
Well, actually, when my knee pain started, that's when the saddle stenosis happened and the paralyzation of my legs.
Yep.
Started. So my family doctor sent me to emergency on the 23rd, and they did an MRI of my lower back, and they found out that I had stenosis in my lower region. And I was told a surgeon would call me on Monday or Tuesday, and they ended up calling me on the Friday and said, you need to see the surgeon Monday morning, which I did. And he said it was so severe that they put me under surgery on the 29th, on Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
I then was home on the Wednesday, and my doctor suggested again, Brent Cunnings could certainly help me with my situation. And I started with Brent on April the 19th with my knee, because my back was feeling very, very, very good. And so, but my knee pain was extraordinary. So I needed help with that.
Yeah, and then just for clarification, so the surgeon did a decompression in the low back, right? That there was a low back surgery. They decompressed the nerves, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it was stenosis there. And then after the surgery, you did really well. Like you were healing up quite well. I saw you 3 weeks after, and you were doing fantastic. The surgery was very successful.
Yes.
You were
it was instant. Yes, it was instant relief in my back, and except for I couldn't walk very straight with my right knee. It was extremely painful. So my physiotherapy started with you on the 19th.
Right. Yeah. So then we started looking at like at the knee, because the knee didn't change after the surgery, and so we kind of honed in on that problem. So all right, then how long after you started with me did it take to start seeing some results? Like, do you remember whether it was quick or delayed?
I saw you. Actually, I think it was quite quick. It was we saw each other every day for 4 or 5 days for the rest of that week. And I started noticing a bit of a difference, and because I was practicing my exercises every single day, you told me to do it, and I said I'm going to do it because I had little hope that anything was going to be able to happen with my knee. I thought, this is it. I'm going to be living with this pain for the rest of my life. And miraculously, I started not to feel as much pain. So that went through for the next week, and then it sort of went backwards, and those exercises weren't helping. So then we needed to tweak it to another exercise. And from that next exercise, it was clear sailings after that. It was pretty amazing that my pain left my knee and I was able to walk straight. I think I'm on week 5 or 6 with you. And I'm walking straight. There's no pain in my knee whatsoever. I am doing my exercises religiously because I don't ever want to feel that pain again.
Yeah. And I can give people a visual just to kind of show graphically, because we were tracking your data and your outcomes the whole way, right? So
yes,
it's kind of cool to see it graphically this way, because you did start reporting within 4 visits, which was like a span of 5 days, you had pretty significant improvement. And
yes,
we just done that one knee exercise. You remember which one? My
foot was.
Well,
my foot was. Do
you remember the first one?
Side.
Yeah, the initial one. Remember the first one that we started with before you had that little setback?
Yep, it was just straight, pushing my leg out straight
Yeah.
and bending my toes a little bit forward, and that's all I did for the first couple days.
Yeah.
And then pushing on my upper thigh, pushing in a little bit, like about 50% of the weight would go into my leg. And that made the biggest difference. And then it changed, which is great,
Yeah.
because then we realized we needed to tweak it some more, which we did. And it was absolutely incredible. It went right downhill to what I expected was going to happen anyway. And now we've got an exercise that works just perfectly.
Yeah, that's something. I'm glad you kind of framed it out that way, because it was really interesting. We suspected, and I told you, right, like a lot of these problems are coming from just a pressure asymmetry within the joint in the knee, joint, right? And a lot of times you can reverse it really quickly, just these one simple exercise in the right direction, and then it's almost like you said, it's like it's like a miracle almost. The pain just really quickly subsides and reverses. And yeah, we had that, and it increased, or it was getting better. But then you had this dip where we had a bit of a setback, and then that exercise was no longer working anymore. And we just all we had to do is just change the angle of it. It was pretty much the same exercise, just kind of like loading the joint in a different way. And then that's when we had that nice steady improvement. And now here's your outcomes that you just filled out 20 minutes ago, and looks like you're 100%. No pain, full function, fully improved.
No pain. I'm walking straight, and I'm walking farther than I've ever walked before. So it's an incredible feeling. I don't have to worry about my leg. I always felt like my leg was going to cave in, and I'm not worrying about that anymore. So it's a pretty nice feeling.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting case. It's the reason why I wanted to do this interview with you, is because a lot of times providers might think that because you hyperextended the knee to begin with, like that was almost what sort of stirred up the pain or started the pain.
Yes.
Some people might be tempted to avoid that movement because, maybe that was the mechanism of injury. So, the thought process would be, well, why would you go into hyperextension? But in your case, that actually reversed the pressure asymmetry and gave you the most benefit.
Yes.
So I just I think it was a really interesting case. I'm really glad you got improvement, and honestly, you are the one that made that possible, because you were committed. You did everything. I told you to do an exercise, you did it, and you made my job really easy. So it was
well. The exercises are easy. They're fast. You can get them done in a few minutes. So I'm doing them a couple times a day. And I just don't want to go backwards ever again. So I'm staying religious with that and making sure I do that every day.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you if it during the process, at any time, did you feel like it was too overwhelming, like there was too many things for you to do, or did you find that it fit into your life pretty easily?
No, it fit into my life. I can really do well with one exercise. And then, as you said, we tweaked it because it didn't go well. Well, it did really well, and then I dropped right off. And then we tweaked the exercise, and it was only one exercise at a time. And let's try this one, let's try this one. And you were able to eliminate a couple of them, but it wasn't overwhelming. You knew exactly these are the exercises we're going to try, these 3 or 4, one at a time. So I appreciate you starting off slowly, because it is overwhelming when I have to do 10 different exercises to see which one works. You were able to eliminate them immediately.
Yeah. And so then so we're not done together. I'm still going to be following up with you every month for the next 6 months. Maybe we'll have a couple sessions before that, but we're going to keep monitoring your progress. So I'm really excited to see what that graph looks like over the next 6 months. And our job isn't done. Our time isn't done together until we've got this problem fixed and preventing recurrences, and you're managing it totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very pleased.
Awesome. Good stuff. Okay, thanks for doing this, Cathy. Appreciate it.